Hi, this is Professor Barnhurst here, Suzanne Barnhurst, and I'm here to provide feedback to the Team Hershey for your group project. I'm going to share the screen here and kind of walk through my comments on your project. And I'm sharing the PowerPoint because your recording, as good as it was, when I tried to share that on here, it doesn't advance for me. So anyway, I just want to kind of comment on each slide. The first thing I want to say is thank you very much for dealing with the adversity of Anna having to kind of bow out of the course early. She will be coming back in the winter to complete the rest of the course, and I want to thank you very much for including her in the group project, despite the fact that she couldn't contribute as much as she wanted to do there before she left. But again, I want to thank you very much for being so flexible. As far as your project is concerned, the four of you, Emily, Anna, Amanda, and Stephen, this was an excellent project. I've never had a group do a video recording before, and I was very impressed with that. I was also impressed with the format of the PowerPoint itself. It was very professional. The colors were very nice. It didn't have chocolate bars stuck all over it, which sometimes people get into that and kind of detracts from the information. But you did a very, very nice job with this project. I just want to, say a few things that I thought that stood out to me as far as the Hershey Company is concerned. First of all, I haven't had another group of students do the Hershey Company before, so this was a really nice change for me. You started out with the introduction with Emily, I believe, regarding the core values about consumers, identifying what Hershey thinks about consumers and their core values. You reviewed deliver, collaborate, develop, question, innovate, and inspire, which is it was a very good start to the project, but it's a very interesting set of core values that Hershey has put together because they are definitely holistic concepts. They have identified innovation as something that's important. They have identified inspiration as far as their internal marketing. And you did a very good job of pointing out many of these things. Under internal marketing, you talked about Michelle Barish, how she's a mom and a business leader. You identified that Hershey wants all to achieve above average experience when they work there. Wouldn't we all like to work for a place like that was looking for us to achieve our above average experience instead of looking for things that we do wrong all the time? I'm not saying that about my current job. I'm just saying in general, I know a lot of times we don't get the kind of feedback or the kind of support like that companies should provide to their employees. You mentioned an internal mental model where the top executive communicates with employees and that they must align internally to succeed externally, which is very important in regards to internal marketing. Let's see, let me go down the list here. Background, community effort. Some of these community efforts and all the things that Hershey does are just absolutely phenomenal in how they've worked through with the community for their entire existence, starting as a orphanage way back when. And they've always wanted to give back, and they continue to do that, which is really fascinating about an organization like this, especially since it's candy. And today, candy is not exactly something that people talk a lot about, but Hershey continues to be successful in that regard because of their past history. So in integrated marketing, you talked that they didn't always use integrated marketing, and then 2015, they finally realized that they needed to step up to the plate a little bit, and they started to use this digital media like they hadn't done, and they were spending 20% of its total media on digital media, and that they're also contracting with an outside agency to help them develop expertise in teen and young adult marketing. And while some people would balk at that because it's sugar and candy, I find that no matter what people tell, no matter what we're told about candy and the things that aren't good about it, the Hershey bar is always going to exist. And most people are intelligent enough that they're not going to overeat in candy bars, but yet they're always going to have this kind of a tradition to go back to. You also talked about, excuse me, some of the communication they did with their internal advertising, family and family values, importance of, what did I write here? Importance of buying a good old Hershey bar. And I believe it's here, or was that internal marketing? I believe it's here where you mentioned the commercial that's out now, where the older gentleman is handing out Hershey bars, as Coke did with their early ads regarding, Coke brings all of us together. Hershey's trying to do the same thing. And I find their message, it works very well for them, and it will sell candy bars. And the other thing you mentioned is what you called heartwarming the world, which I think is that commercial, right? So you did an excellent job with the integrated marketing. Let's see if there's anything here. There's your heartwarming the world. Okay, then we moved on to relationship marketing, and you discussed what that was, and then we got to the application here in the marketing dimension. And I was very impressed to see that you included the channel marketing in a supply chain, and you talked about they switched from a supply-driven model to a demand-driven model, and that includes the relationships in other areas that they must grow all the time in order to continue to be successful. And in an organization like this, where profit is a small margin of the price, of the development price and of the price of the product, they do have to do a really good job with the supply chain. You also mentioned this LlamaSoft software that will help Hershey examine the impact of strategic decisions that are under construction, which means they're an innovative organization and they're looking to improve all the time. And then you also discussed their social media campaign during the Olympics and other things. Performance marketing, Steve, this was also a very good section where you talked about their social responsibility, their ethics, and responsible sourcing, and all the things that Hershey is doing to stay relevant and current in the market, yet still be profitable and successful. Oops. All right, just the next one. Yeah, social responsibility. These were some really impressive programs. Nourish 1 million minds and enhance the lives of 10 million people. I don't know anyone that works for Hershey, but I know folks that live out there, and the area, of course, really respects the organization and the company. And of course, they have that huge medical center that Hershey built for the area. And it is really an outstanding organization if you're in the medical field. Many people would love to work there if they could just get in. It's very difficult to get in. Okay, you talked about responsible sourcing, which is very key in today's world. People are very interested in that. And then in your conclusion, you mentioned a few things, but I think it was a very good comment was this: be more than money. That really sums up the whole philosophy of Hershey and the whole philosophy of holistic marketing. You have to be more than money. You have to give back. You have to provide quality products. You have to treat your employees well. And you have to have a vision and an innovative spirit. So overall, this was an excellent project. Like I said, your PowerPoint and the recording was really very, very good, over the top. I was very impressed by that. So good job, everyone. Thanks for your time. And I will post this video to each one of you so you get to see the same feedback. Thanks very much. Okay, now what do I do? End meeting.